Yes. Good day, our listeners all over the world, particularly those people that are in Nigeria. My name is Dr. Akinriola Mosabioju, and I'll be taking us through a series of lectures regarding how to run a successful poultry farming in Nigeria. And this program is organized by eVet Technology Nigerian. And I would like you to stay connected, stay tuned, and welcome on board as we continue this series of lecture. But before we continue, I would like to let you know that it is good for you to visit our website at www.evetafrican.com, and as well to download the mobile app that will help you to enjoy a lot of package and a lot of things regarding these great innovations to help farmers achieve good productivities and success in their investment regarding the livestock production. My name again is Dr. Akinriola Moses Abiodun, and I'll be your host to take you, your facilitator, to take you through this series of this lecture. And regarding the lecture, ensure that we expose our viewers, our listeners, to how to start the poultry business, regarding the stocking, the feeding part of it, the diseases management about poultry, and as well talk about the marketing. That is very, very important because when you have your output from the farm, you should be able to know how to market it to the end users so that you can make your profit at the long run. So we'll take you through those series of the lecture. In the lecture process, we'll expose you to those things that you need to know about it and how to go about it. And I believe it's going to add value to you. It's going to be something that you will benefit from. Thank you very much. I would like you to stay connected and stay tuned. As I've said before, don't forget to download the mobile app, AgroSeeds. Once you just go on your Google app, Google Play Store, just press AgroSeeds and you can download the mobile app. You can benefit a lot of things through that medium as well. Yes, Farm Upskill 1.0 is a program organized, I've said earlier before, program is organized by eVet Technology. It's organized by eVet Technology, and we'll be talking today majorly about stocking. Before we go to that stocking, there are things I would like us to look into in the series of the lecture. Let us know what we should be able to prepare our mind to benefit from this lecture. So how to run a successful poultry farming is what we'll be discussing, and outline for discussion, talk about stocking, poultry feeds and feeding technique management, disease control and management, farm management, which is going to talk about how you can have your record keeping, day-to-day activities, the feed part of it, what you use on a daily basis, their mortality, their mobility, all those things, will be discussed. And the biosecurity, because biosecurity is very, very, very important if you are going to run a good, successful poultry farming or any livestock business, biosecurity is one of the things that will ensure your farm run well so that you won't be having diseases, outbreaks. Like recently in Nigeria now, there are farms that are experiencing anthrax diseases. So those things have to be and be reduced through biosecurity. And as poultry have their own diseases also that affect them, biosecurity is one of the key things that farmer must put in mind to ensure that it control diseases on the farm. And we'll be talking about marketing as well. I'm very sure everybody is always looking forward to know the end result of every business is to make profits. And how can you make profits if you don't know how to market your products to users, to people that really need your services or products? So we'll be exposing you about how you will be able to market your products, either egg production, you are producing egg, you keep layers on your farm. You talk about that, how you can market your egg, because there are times that there will be a glut season whereby the prices of the egg will reduce due to a large number of egg in the circulation. What causes that and what could be responsible for it, and how you as a farmer can prepare yourself, towards that period, and how you can escape through the discourse. That's one. You have meat production, you're talking about broilers, you are hearing broilers, you have a corporate at your farm. Then we can talk about how you can network, how you can market your chicken to people, how they can buy from you. Either you process it to become a frozen one, or you want to sell it as a live chicken to people. So we'll discuss all those things. And that's why I said you should stay connected. And on this channel, don't forget to subscribe. The first thing you should do is to press the like button, is to press the subscribe button, so that anytime we drop videos, anytime we draw teaching videos like this, you can always get a notification of it for you to engage with and to learn from. So stay tuned and stay connected as we continue the series of the lecture. Well, I said today we are starting with stocking. And if we are to talk about stocking, first of all, start to expose our listeners to introduction to poultry farming. People need to know what is really poultry farming. And before we talk about poultry farming, because poultry farming is part of agriculture, and agriculture is one of the oldest professions in the world. We all know that it's never go to exit because people must eat on a daily basis. In fact, protein, animal protein, and especially when it comes to chicken, is one of the cheapest source of protein for people to benefit from. Talk of egg is very cheap and it's very rich in protein. People consume it on a daily basis. Children consume it when they go to schools. We buy egg roll, we take egg there. People produce cake, they use egg for it. So it's a widely used product that is of highly demand in Nigeria. So in Nigeria, everyone is suddenly waking up to reality and is becoming a profession to engage in, beyond just saying that I want to be a farmer. I'm a farmer. It's good to be proud. You can say I'm a business owner. I'm running a poultry farming. You can be proud of it. You can have confidence about that, and you can make a lot of money through that medium if you are well guided about how to stock, how to feed, how to manage your farm effectively, and how to market your products. And at the end of it, you are turning over your money to make a maximum profit. I tell people, when some people want to venture into business, business is not something to gamble about. Poultry farming is not, livestock industry is not something to gamble with. Never do try and error. Never do try and error. Never do try and error in it. Never do try and error. Never do try and error in poultry business. Never do try and error in poultry business. Never say, okay, let me try this and peradventure, if it work fine, I continue. If it doesn't work fine, I pull out, because during process of try and error, someone can eventually lose the money. So never do try and error in poultry industry. Always ensure, if you are good to start, start on a very landing surface, so that you can proceed, or you can move forward in the business. So health meat such as chicken, we are talking about the poultry farming. We will not talk about the chicken part of it alone. Turkey is also what you can invest into, you can use to make money. Is of high demand, one of favorite meat in the country. So farming, poultry farming is very good venture that you can consider to venture into. Apart from the meats, there is also egg. I've spoken about egg, that egg is good. Poultry farming is one of the most lucrative livestock farming in Nigeria. There is no doubt about, with small capital, you can start. You have small change with you. You can start from 50, you can proceed to 100, you can produce to 200, and you can produce to 500. And there are a lot of avenues to raise capital. You can partner with organizations, you can partner with people. In fact, there are some people that they give stock to you. They are of high demand. Or you produce your broilers, at the end of it, they will come and take off everything and pay you. I will expose you to those things that people that they are doing it and they are making money from it will not be able to tell you. But in the series of these lectures, we will expose the secret of the business to you. We'll give you all things you need to know and what is required for you to kickstart your business. And if you are in the business already, the information that will help you to make maximum profit from your business will also be taught in the series of this lecture. So stay tuned, stay connected as you enjoy. So number one, first of all, is called factor to be considered before stocking. What are the factors to be considered before stocking? You don't just say you want to start a poultry farming and you feel like, oh, let me start like that. There are factors to be considered in poultry farming, and we'll be looking at that. We'll be discussing it in details. Factors to be considered in poultry farming will be discussed. One of the factors to be considered is your business plan. Before you venture to any business, have a solid business plan. And one of the things we are talking about, solid business plan, is not just a plan on paper. It should be something that you've considered as a medium that is going to be a project, because it is that through that business plan you'll be executing the project phase by phase. And one of the things that always give farmer problem is source of fund. Source of fund. How will you fund your poultry farming, your capacity? If you are talking about source of fund, you have, for instance, you have like you have 500,000 naira to invest into poultry farming, and let's assume that will take care of like 500 beds on your farm. We will advise you as a professional not to have a capacity of stock that will take all the money from you at instance. Some even assume and say, oh, if I buy it, I will start sourcing for money and I will start using it to raise to fund the business. That will cause a lot of problem for you, and that will eventually give you headache along the line of the business. So I do advise people, if you want to start on a very small scale. If you have the ability to do for 1,000, don't consider by saying that the chicken is very, because the prices of day-old chicks is very, very, very cheap. Sometimes you find 200 naira, sometimes you find 150, sometimes you find 50 naira for cockerel and yola and some others like that. So some people may assume, oh, how much is just day-old chicks? It's just 200 naira, it's just 150. Let me buy as many as I can. So it's not about just buying, it's about, oh, the sustainability of the business, because they need feed, they need drugs, they need vaccine, they need all some other things that will make them, that will nurture them from that day old level to their maturity or to their table size when you be able to sell them. So all those things must be factored in place and must be considered, when you are planning to stock or you are planning to start your poultry business. So determination of the type of birds to rear and the stocking source. Well, these are other things to consider. You have to determine which area of the poultry farming you actually want to venture into. We have different areas. We have broiler production and cockerel. Those ones are for meat production. And we are talking about pullets. You can rear those ones to start giving you egg production along the run. And a particular hen can lay for 365 days cycle in a year. I can assure you that if you manage that very well, that's a very huge amount of money. You have to consider that determination of the type of birds to rear and the stocking source. And as well, when you are trying to determine that, you have to determine the system you want to use in doing that. The cage, the cage system or deep litter system. Are you planning to use a cage system? Are you planning to use a deep litter system for it? You have to consider that as well. So housing preparation. Let's start about housing preparation. How you will need to prepare the pen you want to use for stocking. Proper cleaning, fumigation of the pen. After you've determined your business plan already, you've gotten the location you want to use, either a room, 2 rooms, or more than that, depending on your capacity. The first thing you have to do is to do a proper cleaning and you fumigate that place. And the second thing is good bedding, provision, and covering of the pen housing using nylon. After you clean the place you want to use, you can get a tarpaulin, you can get a nylon, then you cover those places so that that will prevent some other things affecting the pen coming to the pen house that can affect your stocking, that can affect your birds on the farm. And as well, again, source of heat have to be looked into. Source of heat have to be considered, because if you're having a day-old chicks, you have to look at source of heat. Are you planning to use electricity? Are you planning to use charcoal? In fact, the two have to go in place together, electricity and charcoal. You have 2 bulbs, assuming you are using 12 by 10 sizes, 12 and 10 sizes of place, at least 2 bulbs, 200 wax bulbs have to be there. Then you have to have a charcoal, a small pot of charcoal that you use for heating. At least 2 have to be in the pen place. I'm talking of 12 by 10 size. Please note that 12 by 10 size, you have to use 2 bulb of 200 waxes each. That's 400. And you have to use charcoal, 2 coal pot of charcoal, small one, have to be placed there. Then your wooden shavings have been spread on before the arrival of the jail chicks. You have to ensure that the wooden shavings have been spread round the pen house, and peradventure ensure that 24 hours before the arrival, you heat that place up so that the temperature of that place will be welcoming, will be okay for the arrival of the birds when they arrive. So first day when the chicken arrive on the farm, what are the things you need to do on the first day? Number one thing you need to consider and do, ensure that you place them on good glucose and antibiotics, because they have to be on glucose and antibiotics for at least from day 1 to day 5, as this one is going to help to remove or to take care of any underlying infection that the chicken may be coming with from the hatchery, like Pulorum diseases, Salmonella, all those things like that, E. coli diseases. So that the first day of arrival, what you need to do is to ensure that you give them glucose, you give them antibiotics, and you give them vitamins. And let me say this, that on a normal ratio, a normal standard recommendation is that 1 red feeder for chicks can feed 50 chicken, while 1 drinker can also go for 50 chicken. But I always suggest, why not use 2 so as to prevent stampeding and to prevent other things. So use 2 feeder. Consider 2 feeder to be used for 50 birds, and consider 2 drinker as well to be used. So you can now multiply that one depending on the number you want to have on your farm. So as to reduce stampeding, so as to ensure good accessibility to food, to feed, and when they take in more feed, it helps them on time to grow better, bigger, and faster. I hope you are enjoying the series lecture. Okay, as I've said earlier before, don't forget to go to our website, www.evetsafrica.com, and as well, don't forget to download the AgroSeed app on your phone through Google Play Store. So stay tuned, stay connected as we continue the series lecture, particularly Farm Upskill 1. And we are talking on day 1 about stocking. And we said we are going to take you through the series of the lectures on how to run a successful poultry farm. So, this is a range of standard temperature recommended for chicks, and we can look at this. As I've said earlier before, that we have 2 ways to rear chicks or to brood them. We have cage method system that you can use, and you can use a floor method system as well. So after in your pen house, prepare the pen house, you ensure that wooden shavings is there, when the water, the feeder is there, the drinker is there. Don't forget that we said 1 feeder goes for 50 birds, but you can plan yourself and use feeder for them so as to give good accessibility for them. And another thing is that the drinker you are using, let me say this, that the drinker you are using, instead of you placing them on wooden shavings alone and they will be pouring the water on wooden shavings, You can make a small base that is going to be raised from the floor by just 1 inches, a small hood, a small box like this, so that on it you can place your drinker. And what are the things this one is going to do for you? What's the advantage? Number one, it will help to reduces contamination of the water, because if the drinking water of the chicks are always contaminated, it can affect them. So it reduces contamination of the water, and it will make the chicken to have access to clean, good water. And this will help you to reduce the amount of the money you'll be spending on the on buying drugs or for the beds, so that they can recover and they start losing weight day by day when they are sick. Because if the chicks are having diarrhea, they lose weight automatically. So, and you use money to feed them. So we should be able to maintain that through the phase of the production. So this is the recommended temperature for the chicks, day 1 to day 3, because as they are growing, the temperature range comes down, reduces day by day. But firstly, when they arrive, the temperature is high. So day by day, as they are increasing, you expose them to ventilation. You ensure that they have access to ventilation. Even at day 1, when you cover them, it's not as if you won't be allowing ventilation to come in, because if you don't allow ventilation to come in, ammonia is another thing to consider. Ammonia affects, it causes redundant growth to chicken, and it's used to affect them a lot. So as much as it is good for you to provide it to use tarpaulin, you must put it in mind anytime you enter the pen house and you discover that the ammonia level is high, you can open the tarpaulin to ensure that the ammonia gas goes out, reduces, before you cover the pen room back again. And let me quickly say this regarding the temperature for chicks. There are ways you'll be able to know whether the temperature is low, whether the temperature is high, whether the temperature is moderate. And how will you do that, sir? If the temperature is low, you will discover that those chicken will go to walk, will come near the source of the light. Maybe you place one charcoal there and the temperature is low. You see them coming together. You see them sleeping together to generate heat for themselves. And if the temperature is too high for them, you see them moving away from the source of the light. They will go to each corner to go and stay. They won't want to near, because the temperature is too high for them. It's too high for them. You see them moving away from the source of the light. And if you are talking about the moderate one, the one that is okay, then you see those chickens moving around, playing around, eating and drinking. Then you can now say, oh, this is moderate. The temperature is moderate. They are feeding well. They are eating well. You see them playing around. That's how chicken responds to their environment. So, this is the one I'm talking about. You can see from this slide, breeding techniques to control it. We've given something to illustrate that. You can look at the first one I'm talking about, too cold. You can see the source of the light is at the middle. You can see how they gather around about the source of the lights. You can see another one, too hot. They move away from the source of the lights. You can see them moving away from the source of the lights. And you can see the draft one moving towards one side, and just right one. You can see them spreading and playing. Oh, yes, you can see them spreading and playing around about the source of the light. So we are still talking about farm upskill 1.0, and said that you can go on the app to download the AgroSeed app. That is, it contains a lot of features you can use for your farm, the farm record, the farm, a lot of things loaded there that you can use. And you can go on our website to generate more things, www.evetafrica.com. And don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe so that if there is any notification, you can also, when you drop any videos, you can also be notified about that. So we are still talking about stocking, about what we need to know about stocking. Yes, I would also like to say your source of stocking is very important. For instance, there are many hatcheries that sells chicken. We have good number of them across the nation. We have CHI, we have Zatec, we have Kamadex. We have a lot in the industry. And they all have good breeds, but at the same time, we have middlemen people who do businesses along the line that if you are not very careful about it, they buy chicken, they even sell, they use brand name of those good companies to sell to farmers, in the sense that they can buy another type of chicken, put it in CHI carton and sell it to farmers. They can buy another chicken, put it in Zatec carton and sell to farmers, and claiming that it is the brand they are selling. And people will start having problems, start calling, oh, what they sell for me is not good, what they sell for me it does not grow faster, does not grow well. So all those things have to be put in place. But if you need better information, if you need better advice, we are here to assist you. We are here to guide you through. Anytime you are ready to stock, just contact us. We can assist you. We can give you better information on how to go about it. So in the lecture of today, don't forget that we hammer about some factors that are very, very important, and that should be something that you take home, when you have to stock, the preparation of the pen, your source of light, your source of water, your source of feedings have to be considered, and ensure that you provide them on day one with glucose. Glucose, you have to be on glucose and vitamins for 5 days. So for this series of lectures, we'll take come up with a lot of things, tell you about critical things that you need to know, and how you can manage your poultry farm effectively, and how you can generate a good maximum profit at the long run. So EVET technology is providing a solution for farmers, a solution that is going to increase and boost farm productivity in their livestock business, and that is going to make the farmer to enjoy and to reduce the rate at which he spend money on the disease management. So thank you for today. This is where we'll stop about stocking on day one. And don't forget, I said my name is Akinyola Moses Abiodun. I'm going to be one of your facilitators for Farm Upskill 1.0 to take you through how to run a successful poultry farm in Nigeria. And stay tuned, stay connected. We are just starting. By the time we start unfolding what we have for you, I'm very, very sure you'll be happy about it. You'll be glad that you joined. You'll be glad that you are getting information that is going to help your business. Youths, I encourage you to brace up. This is a time to brace up to the challenges ahead of us. Government is not going to empower people. Government is not ready to do anything. But we should be responsible for our destiny. So we can go into livestock farming, poultry farming, fishery farming. We are taking you through series of lectures that is going to add value to you. So thank you. Stay connected as we continue the series of lectures. Now, don't forget, I said, don't forget to like and subscribe on this channel. Thank you very much. I remain your host, Dr. Akinyola Moses Abiodun.